Game 1 of round 3. And we are playing against I Like Pasta. He has brought Battle Mage and Sorcerer. Again, if you've watched the previous videos, you already know, but we have Battle Mage and Archer. We're playing Merit Combo and my Charge Archer aggro list. I think we just pass. So, the interesting thing about playing against other Battle Mage players is that we don't know what kind it's going to be. First couple turns are usually pretty key in determining that. Alright, he didn't play anything, which makes me think that he might also be on the Merrick game plan, and if he is, then our hand suddenly isn't as good as it would have been against aggro. It's kind of sad because you basically need to keep these in case it's the aggro matchup. Sure. We'll try to contest it. If only because we have, like, Rapid Shot, Ward Crafter, shenanigans to potentially make that trade. Oh, oh, okay. He may have been trying to trick us. May have been trying to trick us. All right, so that drastically changes some things. My arrows shall fly. We're gonna go this route then. So now we know he is on aggro. Didn't play anything early and then played this. I was like, alright, it's probably the mirror. Okay. It's a good thing I didn't start hitting him in the face. Alright. This could get interesting then. Our hand isn't bad against aggro, but it's always kind of a tightrope maintaining like board control against them. We don't have Ice Storms, we don't have Breton Conjurer. Breton Conjurer is like the MVP against the aggro matchup, so if we could even just find one of them, we'd be solid. We've got Self-Activators, we've got a Word Crafter. If we had a Conjurer, I would feel a million times better about this.
I have no fear of you, cowardly.
Alright, so he's gonna go face on this side then, for sure.
Shall take you.
I mean, I think it feels bad bolting that, but I think we still just take the free removal anyway. I don't think I want to hard cast that next turn. And it's not like his deck has a lot of high health minions to begin with anyway that are worth saving that for. So we take it. Just gotta kind of slowly bleed him out and then hope he doesn't have an arena. Arena is the thing that really gums up this matchup for us, because without a belligerent giant to get rid of it, it becomes a clock, and then we get forced to kind of race into him. Well, he's really putting some thought into whatever this next card is.
The day will be ours.
Alright, so I think the path is pretty clear. We're gonna rapid shot that and take the trade. Then we are going to reward it and Harpy over here and pass the turn. Don't want to hit him because, again, Arena, plus we know he runs Afflicted Olit. So even getting him close enough to self-proc is no es bueno. This gives us a semblance of board control. Really need guards for this lane because of their ability to kind of hide and you can't immediately trade. Again, Conjurer would be an MVP right now. But otherwise, we're looking pretty good to start the slow bleed out. Depends on what he plays, obviously, but we do have the possibility to even tome this to make that trade. Lets us draw a card, get another tome back. We do also have potential for just, if we don't want to do that, we could Daggerfall and then Raiding Party. The only time I think that that ends up being our line next turn would be if we, say, draw like Merrick, and we're trying to ensure that we've got Nords, right? Like if we draw Merrick, yeah, we've got like boards full of dudes, but if you make some trades or something, then this would be insurance. It's going to largely depend on, I think, what he plays and what we draw, but...
The forest will not suffer your
All right.
presence.
Alright, that was no es bueno, but we did finally get our Conjurer that we were kind of hoping for. So we have the Conjurer and self-activation. It's going to end up being like a 2-for-1 over here, but I think that's still a trade worth taking because we want to do this turn, I feel like. You know, maybe not. Problem is that Tome here doesn't let any of these survive now. Without wards and because none of these have 2 health, Tome just makes it so that we trade 1 into it instead of 2. I mean, we do have this guard here, but if he has another like removal or something, then he can force it through, which is the big concern. And if we play Tome, we're not doing anything else unless what we draw is another 2-drop, right? So, yeah, okay. I think for all of those reasons.
The elements are mine to control.
Alright, that's certainly a welcome card to see. We're gonna have to get this going here at some point. Also gonna have to start thinking about swinging at some point.
Your blood will spill.
Alright, we'll put him on the cusp. If he has an Elit, it's gonna be a bummer. We basically just gave him a rune, but we do also have to win at some point, and we have to kind of consider that. Alright, so he's going to likely make this trade here, unless he has a cast out. Yep, he does. So, Wordcrafter for this would be nice.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
So it's either Tome and Daggerfall or Tome and Raiding Party.
Fire!
I think we're going to see what happens here first. And either way, we're doing that. That's actually a really tough call. I mean, this makes Atromancer burst for 10, so we would have to start getting him down lower. I think we go with the Daggerfall here. Daggerfall and pass.
Do not test me, Dave.
Not surprised by that trade. Likely looking at Conjurer Raiding Party this next turn. Conjurer is interesting because if it's on the board and he gives us a target to trade into, then when after we Atromancer, there's the chance that Conjurer can trade into something and generate another creature, which is essentially another trigger. So, that being said, we're probably going to just Firebolt our own Conjurer this turn.
Your blood will spill! Fire!
All too simple. Hermamora tests us.
Trying to get ourselves in a position.
The elements are mine to control.
I mean, you're still going to take 2 from that either way. But we can't... I don't think we can risk leaving that. He's played 1, but if he has an Earthbone Spinner, it's really greedy to save this as an extra trigger for Atromancer next turn, as opposed to just making him have to deal with that. I don't think that we can afford to be greedy there.
I have no fear of you, cowardly
Alright.
schemer.
So Reeve ends up coming in for 3. Alright, the Wardcrafter is nice.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
I mean, Ice Storm's not off the table. We could just Ice Storm and like Daggerfall. Our Atro is worth 10. So we can get him as low as 5, but then depending on what we give him for runes, he could just turn around and kill us, as sad as that is. That deck does have that much burst, and we haven't seen maces or lightning bolts yet, right? Well, we're gonna do this either way, so let's see what happens here. Nothing, huh? So let's just say he has like 2 maces or 2 lightning bolts or some combination thereof. That's worth 8 by itself, 10, 12, assuming he's gonna break all 3 runes, let's just say 13, 14, 15. You would have to come up with 3 more damage from rune procs, huh? And if not, then we just win.
Elements,
It's a risk.
I summon thee.
I mean, the alternative is that we play this and we don't play the Nords and we just force him to deal with the guys on the board.
Time to fight.
I guess we'll slow play it. Alright, cast out's actually pretty good, but it's not something that helps him with damage,
Time to fight.
so I think that we still push forward. Alright. He does get a final rune here. This guy may have been a mistake. Might have been better off just not giving him the last rune there, leaving him at 8. 8 means they didn't lit, wouldn't even self-proc it if he played that next turn. And if this is like Fate Weaver... Yeah, see. See, now he potentially has enough damage to just push to the face, which is the problem. Or if it was like Fate Weaver into something. I think that last one actually might have just cost me the game. The greed. We gotta hope that I don't get punished for that play mistake. So right now he can take us as low as 8. So he just needs, like I said, some combination of maces and bolts.
Trolls take you. Do your worst.
So,
The day will be ours.
alright, I think we're safe.
Your blood will spill. Elements, I.
It was closer than I would have liked,
A sign. It has been an engagement.
but really, that was a play mistake there at the end. The greed on the last one, if he would have hit like Fate Weavers, that would have cost me, but we're on to game 2. Alright, so, he has switched to Sorcerer, and we are on Archer. Now, this could be problemsome. Oh god, this is not a good opening hand. We really need to win this. And I say that because we know he's running Prophecy like Aggro Battle Mage
I have no fear of
as his other deck,
Skeever.
which is a really bad matchup for us. When it comes to Archer, my Charge Archer versus the Aggro Battle Mage,
A strong arm is what you
it is a really bad matchup for us. So
Trolls take you.
it's pretty
too easy.
imperative that we try to push this hard and fast. The good news is that a lot of the shackle tempo
Do not touch
doesn't
me.
hurt us traditionally.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
The bad news is that we don't exactly have like the best starting hand.
Do not
Alright, here's the hope and no lightning bolt. Or harpy, or of course I say that shackle tempo doesn't traditionally hurt us, and then it would be
By Arcade's
pretty
beard,
brutal in
this
this
day will be mine.
scenario right now. Yeah. So
They cannot hope to
My
outwit me.
arrows shall fly true.
we basically do that mostly because we want him to lose the mammoth. We don't want him to trade those two into this, because doing so means he keeps the
Let's
mammoth.
shed some light
Alright.
on the problem.
We really wanted to get rid of that mammoth.
Found you. Do not test me.
Alright, the race is on, huh? This is probably like a game-defining turn. Alright, he's got 6, 11.
All too simple.
Fire!
Let's see how this goes first. He's obviously not played any Lightning Bolts or any Shadowfen Priests. And he's played 1 Harpy and no Maces. He has a lot of ways to stop the Bannerman. The problem is that if we play Bannerman and we even get 1 attack off with it, then we win. Like, no questions asked. A successful Bannerman swing wins us the game. And if we do not get it off, like if he plays Shadowfen Priest, then we basically just lose the race at that point. That is a bit of a problem. But again, our hand was not very great for this. Alright,
Follow me, men.
I think we do it.
Fight.
I think we do it. We're not looking like we're in a great spot, though, which again is a bummer because we know that we have to likely face aggro next round. An aggro battle mage is a bit of a problem. Alright, so here we're hoping for no drain. Alright, so we got drain on the mammoth. We just didn't want him to go up
I
health.
have you now.
Do not test me!
Alright, so let's think this through here. Okay, we have 3, 7, potentially 8, 9. With a Swift Strike is 13, 14, 15. And then if we sack one of these... Alright, so if we don't hit Prophecies, we have lethal. Specifically, we need this guy to be able to swing twice. Alright. We should be fine now.
Time to fight. Time to fight. Time to fight. I have all the way.
They cannot hope to outwit me.
Alright. There we go. Good games.
It's been an
Good
engaging
games. There we go. That was a nail biter.